when you get mechanics that are sufficiently complicated, you find people often get a little lost in their own machinations. And so maybe several turns forward, they somehow turned left when they meant to turn right, sort of thing. And so there's that sort of, well, maybe that throws so much of a wrench in my gears that there's no recovery, and so there's that desire to want to let them fix that mistake so that they're not essentially out of the game.
Right.
That's the desire to allow for retcons. Of course, some of the more hardcore gamers out there might say, no, a mistake is a mistake, and so on. I still see games as a means of having fun. So I tend to disagree with those guys. But I do also say that if you allow just willy-nilly changing everything, then the structure falls to pieces. So there has to be
rules.
Right, there has to be a middle ground. You have to allow for some sort of, right, we're all trying to have fun, this is a social exercise, but you also have to say, but there is intended to be structure. So a mistake it must be a mistake sometimes. Well, most of the time. So it should be a rarity that you would allow for, okay, we all agree that was legitimate, sort of thing. So I like the idea of from what I'm understanding from the DreadLore system, of this sort of limited resource of retcons that can be earned, but must be spent. I like it. It's very cool. Well done.
So we are playing Into Space, and this is DreadLore's Into Space. Every Monday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do an interesting little role-playing game with a cast of several
miscreants,
4 by all lowercase letters, and Mr. Interrupt. Thanks to the Patreon, Tim Roberts, Daniel Hulker, and Nostalgic. Thank you, Couchfire Media, for the art and media. Thank you, Trois Reblade Productions,
whoever they
for
are,
all the story that you do, because it's so much story you can even like and subscribe and share. So subscribe and become a citizen, soldier.
Archangel, you knock on the door. Ding, 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 ding. What do you bid as you knock on this door? What is the fiction you want to happen here?
Well, first of all, I had previously decided, but we kind of got interrupted by the break there. I wanted to knock specifically with my rifle.
Oh. Tongue, tongue, tongue.
Right.
Yep.
Since I have no idea how thick this door is, I need to make sure it's loud.
And you'd bid for it. What was the bid?
I don't think I had bid yet.
Okay. What do you bid?
Gosh.
I know all the choices, all the power. It's on you.
Yeah, I'm going I'm gonna bid on my flaw.
Good. What do you bid?
My flaw is I'm a perfectionist, so I got to get this right.
All right. As you take the end of this weird rifle, what does the rifle look like?
It's not quite as long as your typical sniper rifle, because it doesn't need to be. But I'd say it looks sort of like something vaguely out of 40K. You know, it's got the kind of chunky, sort of almost like it's armored itself kind of feel to it.
Has like lights on it.
Yeah. The overwrought looks to it.
As ting, ting, ting from this metal or alloy you've picked up from elsewhere. It resounds. From that bid, you can tell this door's a couple inches thick. So it's a space door.
Right.
Sealed. Hermetically sealed? Is that correct? Am I using that correctly? Hermetically sealed?
Oh, by the way, after my initial knock, I will knock again, shave and a haircut.
Ding ding. Ding 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 ding. Anyone?
Dun, dun.
Thank you. You get a pip for completing that. Archangel, you hear. Can you hear it? You don't hear it unless you put your helmet or something against the metal.
No, I left my rifle against the door.
All right, you hear or you feel some vibrations. Dum dum dum.
Plus, let's also not forget, hearing vibrations is my thing.
That's true. That's true. But this is a little bit different.
It is. I mean, not really, but I'll run with it.
Cosmically, you're correct. But cosmically, we're all the same.
I'm gonna let that run.
Right. So everybody knows Archangel is actually a physicist. Look, go sci-fi with me.
I'm
you, you feel this vibration dum, dum, in response. I'm also going to say, since you bid, and we'll go with the sort of vibration idea, you can tell that someone is approaching from behind you. Actions on you, Archangel. Sorry, Bourbon.
Okay.
Never be sorry about the bourbon.
So I will try to swivel.
Very easy. You turn, look, you see the ship. From this angle, it looks... So I get lost easily. When you're going in one direction versus the other, it looks a lot different. From this angle, Archangel, you notice something that you didn't notice before. On the floor, there are these scrapes, like circular scrapes. The light, the ambient light in here, and some light from outside, you're not really sure where it's coming from, are highlighting the metallic holes in the walls as you realize there was probably a firefight in here, a scuffle. Dolby, what are you bidding to Spacewalk?
Well, I feel like this is all of a sudden, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna bid suicidal, and it's a flaw.
Good. As you leap out, jettison yourself out of the cool mint. You're, we'll call it flying, falling toward...
One of the things that I would like to say is what I would like to do when I bid suicidal is I would like to do a quick message up to the pilot,
Josh,
because Josh, we're in space, so Dolby knows a little bit about, like, our ship could essentially fly into atmosphere, so what Dolby is requesting is that Josh, like, do a sudden flap adjustment.
what do you tell him?
So, Josh, what I need you to do is flip the flaps, like you were landing the plane or the spaceship that we're in, pretty much in an emergency setting. And I'm going to use the trajectory of this to get me as close, as fast as possible to this enemy spaceship. I hope that I get pretty close.
Burgess and Skip... No, I'm sorry. Cherokee Sue and Skip Trace, you're basically in the cockpit as you hear Dolby's voice say what it does. Josh looks up for a moment. Questions on you two. What do you do?
Burgess, Brick, follow me as you can when we get a little bit closer. But I need to be on the spaceship. Maybe we can surprise them in some way.
Yes, sir.
Skip Trace and Cherokee, what are you doing? As Josh looks up at you both with a look
Skip,
on his
you got
face.
this on.
It's with a look on his face that's difficult to perceive what it means. What are you guys doing?
Captain, wouldn't it be better to send somebody out less important to do this dangerous mission?
Yeah, but they we'll figure it out as we go. I feel like that's the thing. I got Cherokee Sue on a mission. He's gonna take control of their ship.
As
Sometimes
Josh
you just gotta go. Sometimes
Josh
you just gotta hit
pushes
it
the
and get
joystick down as he mumbles to himself, but flaps are for atmosphere. What does he want? Does he want? As he kind of like dings in his head, you hear Alfred say, "Momentum, fool," as the joystick lurches out of his hand and he goes, "Dink!" The ship spins. Dolby, you find yourself on the edge of the ship, waiting for like something maybe in gravity, as the ship just throws you out of it, like what is that sport that like Australians play?
Highlight.
What is it?
Highlight, where you have the net.
Yeah, you gotta
As you are launched.
Whip it.
You are launched. Archangel, you sitting there see a light get brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter of someone's flashlight on their gun, speedily approaching. Actions on Dolby and Archangel. What are you two doing?
I'm hurtling to another spaceship in space.
What's amazing about this situation is he has no fucking idea what I know, so I have to hurry after him now.
Yep. Archangel, what are you
Sorry,
doing?
I didn't mean to cut you off in that.
Dolby, you're in a straight line. Archangel, you notice this. What's up?
I would want to try to make as universal a hand gesture of sort of harmless
Describe it to Dolby.
I wave and loosely hold my gun out to the side and then point towards the door with my other hand.
Actions on you two.
I fire up my laser sword.
Dolby. Okay, so this is between you two. What do you each see? We'll start with the Archangel as you're waving.
It's not like pointed like directly at him. It's the laser sword is positioned in such a way that if I miss my mark and hit the thing, I'm gonna jam.
Okay, hold on.
the
Hold
sword
on. Wait. I don't want the causality, the conditions here.
Okay.
There's no fucking way someone's gonna be like, oh yeah, obviously. Fuck that. Archangel, you pop your head around and see where the light's coming from. What does Archangel see? Not your intention. No one gives a shit about your intention. What does he see?
He sees a person in a relatively like unsuitable spacesuit because Dolby's been around the block a few times, and so his spacesuit is like vaguely airtight. There are occasional little
Like
squirts
the third
here.
generation model. He didn't trust the update. He doesn't want that fucking firmware. He's too old for
pop
that
out
shit.
like it's a very like Web 1.0 website of a spacesuit, and it's all grit.
When a
It's all
laser
grit and
sword
shine.
ignites, what does that look like?
It looks like arcs of lightning like shooting off into space. He's kind of like mostly like and occasionally some of the arcs like shoot around to like some of the less grounded parts of or more grounded parts
That's cool as shit.
of his spacesuit.
Cool.
Archangel, what does he see as you
I am
as you pop your head around?
I am chuckling at the space Roman candle, and
What does he see?
And I will inch a little bit more away from the door.
But-
And I'm watching to see if his sword tracks on me.
What does Dolby see of Archangel?
I haven't changed my stance other than I've moved farther away from the door.
If you had to describe yourself in one sentence or less, do it.
Okay, I'm still holding my rifle out to the side, away from me and away from the door, in my left hand. And
like holding on with your right or something,
right?
Right.
My back is to the wall. The door is roughly to my right, and as I pointed at it with my thumb, now I am sort of waving more of a, towards the door. But I am
Dolby?
watching warily in case these gestures are not accurate.
Dolby,
Yeah, no,
you see this guy with the helmet and the wings and this big fucking gun doing what he's doing.
Yeah, it seems
It's on
like
you guys.
Can I see him pretty clearly? Is he backing off? Is he like crouching behind the corner?
Archangel.
Like, and as my like,
I'm
my,
not crouching. I'm just sidling away.
But does he look threatening?
Probably, but I don't mean to.
So, question: does anyone bid anything to communicate?
Okay, so I'm gonna use.
Well, hold on, Cherokee. You're at the ship. Let's deal with those two. And then we'll deal with Cherokee.
I'm gonna bid my sword. I'm gonna bid my sword.
My bad.
Everyone's froze.
I'm
gonna bid my sword, which is Voidborn, and so like anybody who has been born on like Ganymede or like in the Outer Realm, like I'm gonna do like a little switch, like a little artistic movement. So because he's a moon dancer, like he is a delicate swan in space.
Archangel, you start seeing Dolby doing this. Behind him, about a football field away, Cherokee Sue, you have appeared in the doorway. What are you doing, Cherokee?
I'm screaming into the void, but nobody can hear what I'm saying.
I'm puzzled by all of this. I'm going to initiate hacking his helmet.
All right. Real quick, Archangel, as you start doing this, you see Cherokee. Cherokee, describe yourself.
I am a gigantic behemoth of a human being. Probably 6'7", 350 pounds. I'm a door kicker, like just straight up all meat, no brain. And I'm apparently standing in the door trying to get Dolby's attention because I have what he needs.
You see Dolby's backside. He's going in a straight line in space. He's got his laser sword out like he described. On the other ship, poked around, you see this guy in a black suit with a helmet, these wings. He's holding a gun. He's gesticulating something, and Dolby's like doing the moon dance. As you notice this other character, Archangel, tapping something on his helmet. Archangel, you bid something. What are you actually doing?
Since I'm dealing with alien tech, I think I will have to bid having the spark.
Nice. Okay, you bid that. What is the intention here?
I'm going to try to hack into his comms.
Yeah, you do it. You're a Thergist, and you're really good at it. You better give me up, better give me down. Dolby, you hear Archangel's voice.
It's because Dolby has like a Web 1.0, and so it's really easy to hack.
Boop, 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 boop. I can't do a modem. Listen, I can do a lot. I can't do a modem. Okay. You hear Archangel. You guys are in contact.
He's basically on channel 2.
You've got mail.
TV radio.
You've got mail. Archangel, what do you say?
I'm just trying to get this door open.
You hear Dolby.
Well, I'll open that door for you. That's coming.
This is the hilarious moment between it's like when you've told someone goodbye, but then you're in the parking lot walking the same direction to your cars. Like you're in space flying, and it's going to take you a good 20 seconds to get there. So you're like, just a second. Cherokee Sue, what are you doing?
I realized that my radio was off when I was screaming and waving my hands. So I turned my radio on, and I'm like, "Hey, Dolby, you need whatever the fuck this is. I don't remember what Alfred said it is, but it's a box to get into the computer, and we have to physically plug it in. But you left before I could tell you any of that. So do you want me and Skip to join you, or what's happening?
Bring Burgess and Brick, and let's fucking open up this little tin can.
Where's the box?
You get a narrative point. Good.
I knew it.
Archangel, throw down for me. We'll see if you tapped into their entire comm system. We'll say action die D10, and what is the aspect you're going to use to have hacked their comms?
Let's see.
Skip Trace. Josh goes, "Oh, we're being hacked." Go on, Archangel.
So mechanic.
All right. So you've done that. So go ahead and throw down. What is the aspect? Brawn, mind, wits, or grace?
Mind.
All right. So your action die, D10, and whatever your mind die is. Throw that down. To do this, it is a threshold 3. So you want over 3. 3 would be limbo, which means a yes, but. Josh goes to you. He says to you, Skip, I think we're being hacked.
Can you do something about that, or can Dole?
He looks up at you. I mean, I'm just a pilot.
What did you say? What'd you say my threshold is? Sorry.
3.
Okay.
I mean, Dole's an engineer. Should I go grab him real quick?
He just holds his hands up. I guess. You look down and you can see Dolby, like. And so Archangel, like.
Alfred, can you tell Dole to get to the bridge?
Yes, Dole. Get
Thank
to
you.
the bridge. All
right. I got
Archangel.
a 7 and a 10. I think that's 3, isn't it?
Indeed, it is. That is limbo. Now, because you got a 10 on a die, who wants to tell Archangel what that means?
Let's flare. Let's flare, buddy.
What is it?
You get an aspect back, a trait.
No, not an aspect. A trait.
Or a trait back.
So when you hit 10 or higher on a die, so a D10 or a D12, that recovers an exhausted trait or a proficiency. So that is one way that you can recover traits if you roll really well. Even if you fail, if you got a 10 up, boom, you recover an exhausted trait or proficiency.
Cool.
All right. So you got 3, limbo. In the comm system, you hear Archangel's voice. The limbo is, it won't stop. So anytime Archangel speaks, or whatever he hears, you hear. He's on speakerphone. And right now, you don't know how to turn it off.
Awesome.
Alice Brick runs up to you. She's with Burgess. I'm sorry. Alice Brick runs up to you, JazziCabbage, Cherokee Sue, with Burgess. I was looking at you. And
yes.
obviously, we're online, so no one knew what I was looking at.
Exactly.
Sorry
It's
to
okay.
interrupt, guys, but I'm using old tech, so you're going to have to listen to this. It seems this situation is escalating.
What are you doing, you outsider?
Shut up, robot. So I'm gonna overtalk your obnoxious RI, and
Don't talk about off-road like that. First of all,
and I'm I'm just trying to see what's on the other side of this door. I scanned for life forms, and one of you is coming towards me with a laser sword. So I assume you're helping me open this door.
to be fair, Boss Man is a wild card. I don't know what he's doing. I was coming to surveil said ship. I was not prepared for there to be a life form on said ship, so this is news to me.
Alice looks
you
up at
hear
you,
us?
Cherokee. Cherokee, Alice looks up at you. Who is that? Is that an enemy?
Fucking no.
She has her big fucking rifle. Ching ching. Let's
Easy,
shoot first,
killer.
ask
We're not the
questions
police,
later, isn't
all
it?
right? We're not the
There-
police. Easy.
I will go ahead and interrupt all this nonsense some more and tell you guys that there's already been a firefight on this derelict. I'm just trying to see if we can save whoever's on board. But if you guys want to get in a dick measuring contest, I've got a rifle.
Dolby arrives. Dolby, describe what you do, how do you do it, and if you want to change the fiction, you bid. Go.
Well, I would like to spend a narrative point to talk about the landing. So Dolby, as he's landing, he like jams his laser sword into the ship to slow him down, and like cuts down the side of the ship. And there's sparks flying, and I'm sure bits and pieces of his spacesuit are getting caught on fire. He has got
Archangel,
he's got
it
some-
looks like a madman.
He's got some gravity boots on, and like he switches his gravity boots on, and he starts like heading towards you with a vengeance, and he's going to bid Reglar and Reglar to activate his authoritarian presence. It's like,
Okay.
you better surrender now, else you be boarded.
Archangel, so with that bid, and since it's a player, what you see and what Cherokee Sue had mentioned about the commander, what did you actually say? The boss?
I said he was
Boss
a bit
man?
of a wild card. I said Boss Man's a bit of a wild card.
You realize, Archangel, what Cherokee Sue was talking about. This is clearly their commander, as he, with authority and obviously unhinged to a degree, cannonballs, Kang! with the magnetic boots, thump, on the side of the wall, smoking from his laser sword into the fuselage of this pirate ship. He's about 20, 30 feet from you at this point. And this is what you put together. Action is on you two. What you do?
Well, I've got a laser sword.
All right, dude with Roman candle. So, do you have words, or are we gonna test the
No,
range of?
we can talk. We can talk.
All right.
Wait, what's going on with the ship?
The
Tell me
door
about the ship.
behind you opens up. Dolby, you see what's in there. Archangel, you just see light spill out behind you.
I
and
continue
shadows.
to sidle to the left.
As you move to the left, what do you bid? You can throw down too. It's up to you. Bid or throw down. Which means you need one success for this. If you throw down.
I think I would. I don't have a whole lot of physical stuff to bid against. You know what? I think the natural tendency to move away from something happening behind you would be I bid against human, probably.
Absolutely. As you bid a human to just move, we're in rounds. Dolby, you see two people with guns. As the door shunk opens, they're in now spacesuits, about to unload hell. Archangel, you notice this being or this person there preternaturally just moves out of the way. Obviously rolling. It is in your mind that it's like physics affect him, but you're in 0G. As he attaches to the wall sideways to you, his wings thrumming. That's happening. Cherokee Sue, you notice Dolby land, ka-tung, turn, and then seize up like he's about to engage something. Burgess and Alice Brick, you're at the airlock. You're seeing all of this too. You're right next to Cherokee Sue. In the cockpit, skip trace. Josh is sitting there, hands up in the air. Alfred has taken control of the ship. You didn't know I could do that, did you? Okay, so this is players. It's not your turn. This is rounds. That's the world action. Now, the way rounds go. World action, if anyone spends cunning, then antagonists, then player turns. So there's 4 aspects of a round. Oh, shit. World action, which is what I just described. What is the world doing? Does anyone spend cunning? Antagonist, player turn. So if you drop cunning, you also get player turns. You get 2 turns in a round. All right. That's the world. Anyone spend cunning?
I'll spend.
I'm definitely, yeah. Because I'm trying to catch up to Dolby. At this point.
Yeah.
So, who does not spend cunning? If you want your NPCs to go in the cunning turn, you have to spend cunning for them. Anyone can do that. It's up to you.
I think Brick should spend cunning because Brick knows that Dolby said, "Get my 6."
So one of you has to spend cunning for her to go during the cunning round.
Can I spend cunning for her?
Absolutely. All right, so Brick is going.
Earlier, Dolby, you told me to tell Burgess and Brick to go, but you told me to stay, right?
Yeah. No, I said stay on the ship.
Right.
I think I gave you ops. Is what I said.
Yeah, you're in charge.
Take ops.
Okay.
As Josh is clearly not in control, do you drop cunning or not?
I did.
All right, so everyone has dropped cunning. Burgess, you? Burgess? Nope. All right, so the 4 of you, since you all dropped cunning, it is up to you who goes first. And or at the same time or whatever. You can talk, in-game, etc. Go.
Nice. Well, does Dolby notice this door that opens, and do these creatures resemble?
They're human.
They look human.
They look human in spacesuits. You see their pretty faces.
Are they?
One looks very good looking. One has a black beard, dark brown beard with piercing blue eyes. It looks like Ben. Fuck him. You've got this other person who looks a little bit older, like they were in the military.
So they're all in spacesuits. They're not like.
So
is there any kind of can I bid something to understand if this person,
if you're going first, absolutely.
And do a mask is associated with them. I would like to bid I would like to bid warrior, which is like to see if everybody's on the same side or not on the same side.
You mean on their sort of
Yeah.
their side?
Like if they're all on the same team or different teams. I want to see like body
Bidding warrior.
reactions.
Bidding warrior, you see the two that are pointing guns at you two are clearly on the same team. There's a third person in the pilot seat who's turned around, who's not wearing a spacesuit, who seems... It's not that they're not with them, it's that they're uncertain. There's something else going on.
Okay.
They're also not in a spacesuit.
Copy that.
You see Archangel hit the wall. You guys lock eyes. Still your turn. What do you do?
I'm going to run at them with all of my might. And because they have guns and I have a laser sword, I'm going to bid full defense to get to them or to attack them.
All right. So you've identified them with a bid. What was that bid again?
Warrior.
Warrior.
Okay.
You know that... Go on. Well, hold on a second.
Go ahead.
You realize with Warrior, you need to get close. Yeah. As you're going to go full defensive. Did you look that up in the book?
Yeah.
All right, good. So you know those mechanics. As you'll get that benefit, but you can't get to them because you've already identified this idea and realized what you need to do. Archangel, action's on you.
How are the two with the guns oriented with relation to each other as they emerge from the door?
From your perspective,
are they like side by side, one in front of the other? How are they?
From your perspective, it looks like they're side by side because you're...
Excellent.
Right.
So I'm going to attempt to take a shot to disarm both of them.
Okay. What do you bid to do so?
I'm going to use Ranger.
Okay. Bidding Ranger, describe to Dolby what he sees.
So I will sweep my rifle pointed down and then to the right so that at no point is it pointed in front of me. So they in other words, I try to make sure that it is never pointed towards Dolby or any of the crew over there. It sweeps down and to the right.
So gun safety style.
Well, yes, and also to make sure they recognize where the threats are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just line up the shot pointed, trying to line up both of their barrels in my shot.
Okay,
not the barrels, a little farther up the gun.
So this is a called shot. So you'll get a chaos die on top of the chaos die you already have. Right. So the chaos die you have on your weapon is what? I believe it's a D8.
Let's see. It probably is. For some reason, I don't have that marked.
So a called shot gives you one as well. So do a D8 chaos die and a D6. If either one roll a 1, there's a mishap. Now, remember, Archangel has mechanic to activate if he wants to raise the chaos die, but he would have to do it twice to be able to do both chaos dice. Which he can do. But that'd be 2 of his abilities that he's dropping.
Yeah, it's a called shot. I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So does that mean I roll 2 D8s or
well,
or
if you're
D10?
Are you activating your mechanic twice?
Yes.
So what 2 traits are you doing to do it? Are you bidding to do it?
So True Vision.
Okay. And
Heroic.
Both of these are a D12 then. So your mishap dice on Your 2 mishap dice are d12s. Go ahead and roll them.
All right. One's a 7, and the other's a 4.
Okay, so how many successes is that?
That's 1, right?
Nope.
Is that 2?
That's 2. 1 on the 7, 1 on the 4. So boom, 2 successes off the chaos dice. Now, throw down action dice, d10. You always roll that. And then
Okay.
grace because you're shooting.
Okay.
The threshold to hit both of these guys in a line is 3. You're already at 2.
Okay. And I got a 4 and a 3.
So how many successes is that?
That's 1, right?
So total is what?
3.
So you're at limbo,
Mm-hmm.
which is a yes, but.
I'll definitely use a proficiency.
Okay. Choose a dice or a die and roll it. Remember, you have to take the result.
All right. And I rerolled the 10 and got a 9.
Nice. So what do you got?
That's 2 more, right?
So total successes is what?
So that's 6?
Should be 5.
5, yeah, sorry. 5.
Which means you beat it by 2, so you get a narrative point on top of this since you beat it by 2. Clean success. Roll thy damage, sir.
Oh. All right, so that is... Uh, 5, 6 plus 1.
So 7.
Yep.
Uh,
5 and a 6 plus 1.
So what's the total?
So 12.
Damage dice you just add up.
Okay, 12.
Archangel, describe to Dolby what he sees.
I would imagine that what he would see is 2 rifles getting obliterated.
You see these 2 rifles turn into molten nothing, like the edge of them, Dolby, literally just disappear. Like they weren't there. And then the rest turn to this molten, these shapes of metal that swirl for a moment and then clang onto the wall as both of these people are looking at their hands like, what the fuck just happened? All right. Whoever else spent cunning, Cherokee Sue and
Me.
Skip Trace.
Yep.
Actions on you guys. What do you do?
After Dolby went fucking full rogue, I jumped out the cargo bay, fucking boots out, ready to stomp the wall and start some shit because I don't know what's happening.
So you're flying through space. What do you bid to get into that fuselage into the action?
So I'm going to use door kicker because that's what I am. And I'm just going to fuck shit up.
Archangel,
surprise
Dolby,
entrance.
you see this massive human horizontal to the ground. Bang! Appear, denting the metal side of the wall. Actions on you, Cherokee. What are you doing? You notice the 2 guys like looking at their hands. Archangel's stuck on the wall, having shot. He's lowered his sniper rifle. Dolby's sitting there with his laser sword out.
So I'm going to use street smarts to decipher the situation, to try to determine, okay, dude on the wall is not the threat, Dolby's not the threat, the 2 people looking at their hands are the problem. So I'm going to point my shotgun axe at them. Be like, announce yourselves or get fucked.
You say in the vacuum of space.
And I realize that everybody on the radio can hear me and I'm just pointing a gun. I'm like, God damn, am I pretty? What do I do? Can somebody... I'm just looking around now with my gun in my other hand. Like, how do I... They can't hear me. Hello?
What are you guys doing? Dolby, Archangel, Cherokee Sue's talking to you.
I'm just going to interrupt everybody with I think this can be resolved without guns, or at least resolved with only one gun.
And I'm gonna say, take control of their ship. That's your goal. I got you. I got your 6.
Cherokee, what do you do?
So I charge them. I'm going to use Dancing Bear and charge and grab for the 2 people.
They
And this,
try to like look. They look at their hands with no guns as they're like, ah! All right, you bid. Go ahead and roll brawn and for damage as you go up there and do what you do.
yeah, I'm gonna snatch them up and smash them together.
All right, you're like,
Go night-night. All right, so it's an action and brawn, correct? So 2d10s
Correct.
in this case. Okay. So we've got is the line under a 6 or a 9?
It is 4 to 7 and 8 up.
Is that a 6 or a 9?
Oh, it's underneath the
6.
the 6. Yeah.
Okay, so cool. So the first one was a 6.
So how
And an
many
8.
6? Okay. So
So
this
3?
is just damage.
Question mark?
This is just damage. So what's your brawn that you rolled?
Oh, so the 8. The 8 was the
Yep.
brawn I rolled.
So
So
8.
I rolled the 6 the first time.
So we'll split the damage as you're like crack. You see, Archangel. You see this huge dude just take these guys and he cracks their heads together so hard, their helmets crack as their eyes like roll back into their heads. Obviously, they're dazed. They're not dead or unconscious, but they're obviously dazed as they're off the ground floating in the 0G. Skip Trace. Action's on you.
Alfred,
Yes.
why'd you take control of the ship?
Yeah, because Dolby told me to.
Okay, can you get us as close to that ship?
How close?
Closer boarding distance, but not so close that we get hit by the debris.
Ding, 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 ding. How close?
Josh, do you know?
He's like, what is it that you want me to do?
Well, I'm just trying to get closer so that way we can go back and forth quicker instead of having
If
to
it explodes, would you like to be nearby or not?
Well, let's stay here. Thank you, Alfred.
Gah, 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 gah.
I'm usually on the front
Are we
lines.
still on
not the one-
speakerphone?
Would you like me to use the cannons?
No, not yet.
They are charged.
Yeah, but our people are in there, so.
You could be the commander, Scope Trace.
No, I don't think I want that anymore.
Hey Alexa, simmer down. I think I don't think that your robot's being helpful here. So about
Who
we,
are you? As
So far the
Archangel,
only
you
one-
can hear. Yeah,
so
you're
far the
looking
only
at-
one who has helped the situation, I'm saying to your weird little serious clone. I'm just saying we can probably de-escalate this situation. Clearly the main threats have already been handled. Let's all talk, guys.
Alfred, can you ping their ship? Can you open comms with their ship?
There's a moment of pause. I don't like
have-
being hacked. Yes, I can. Pong. What would you like to say?
We
You
are
are
not
live
here to,
right now.
We are not here to hurt you.
You guys hear resounding, boom, boom, boom. It's sort of like the resonance of it.
We are here to help.
Okay.
What do you bid?
I will bid
I'm
tactical.
assuming to convince them.
Tactical.
All right, we'll throw down. We'll say that the threshold for these pirates is very high because you guys are SSA, European B Marines, Prime Naval Brigade. I'm sorry, Prime Marine Corps Marines. They don't trust you at all. It's a threshold 6. However, they have been boarded. You've got Laser Sword Dude, you've got Archangel, you've got Huge Guy. We're going to drop that down to threshold 3.
Okay.
Does anyone want to aid Skip Trace in his doings?
I'm
Yes.
also going to say, we know you're pirates, and to be honest, we have another mission.
All right. So threshold 3, I think, works pretty well.
What do what aspect do I use on that?
That's up to you. And if anyone who has spent cunning, because we're in the cunning round. So Holker, if you want to spend cunning, you can aid. If you want to aid, what you do is you bid a trait and you give up one of your aspects. You give it to Skip Trace. It's up to you.
Okay, I will bid.
You got to spend cunning first.
Okay, I will spend cunning. So that
Yep.
takes.
So now you're acting in this round, and what do you bid to aid him?
I will bid gunslinger.
Okay. What aspect do you give Skip Trace?
I will give.
And what is the die type, of course?
Oh, I will give brawn, and that is a D10.
All right. So Skip, you got a D10. Anyone else?
Can it
All
be
right.
anybody that's been cunning?
Yeah. Anyone who's spent cunning since you're acting in this turn, you can aid him if you can aid him.
Can I bid leadership lies?
Well, it's only for an aspect that you give him.
Well,
Which is my mind.
Yep.
should be okay.
Absolutely.
Because like I'm indoctrinated.
Shut up, Drizzle.
And that's a D6.
The D6? Okay.
Let me juice them of their resources, Drizzle. Oh my god.
It's like,
What's wrong with you?
So I clocked these two dudes' heads and took
Yep.
off running for the main computer.
Well, you're right there at the door. So that's
So I have it because my plan was just to keep running. But
Yeah, I
you're
know,
saying
but-
in time and space, I have done the clocking.
Yeah,
and that's where we are.
you've gone the distance, you've landed, you've run up, you've clacked him. That's what the
He's
turn is.
going for speed.
Okay.
He's all
Yeah.
alone in his time of need.
No longer
He's
than 7
going
seconds.
distance.
All right. What'd you get?
I have 5 successes.
All right, so you beat this threshold by what is it? 2? 3?
2, yep.
So you get a narrative point. Do you want to use it now? As
I will-
you are definitely influencing what they encounter.
I would use it to because they
What
can.
do they see? What do they see these people do?
They can hear it in my voice because they know this isn't the voice of a leader. This is the voice of a guy who's out there on the front lines, and they probably don't care that they're pirates. So then the pirates will proceed to start like they're not going to lay down their weapons, but they'll put up their hands.
Well, they don't have weapons.
Well,
Archangel
I mean,
vaporized.
but the one that isn't in the middle of that will just kind of be like.
In fact, you see the pilot hold up his hands immediately. The one who's not in a pea suit, a pressure suit, or a space suit. The other two hold up their hands and they get down to their knees. It's kind of a weird position because they have magnetic boots because there's no gravity. As they just hold up their hands. All right, antagonist turn. They don't do anything. They have been convinced. They're done. Out of rounds.
So sorry.
What do you all do?
Hey guys.
So sorry.
Good to see you. I'm glad that you've decided to rejoin, or just continue to be a part of the SSA. Thank you for your citizenship. What I would like is access codes to your ship and some information.
As you say that, Dolby, they just kind of look up at you as if they don't hear you. Because you're in a vacuum.
Alfred, can you patch into their comm systems?
Apparently, this other person can do it for me.
Well, somebody patch me into
Alfred,
their
don't be
comm.
jealous.
Tick, 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 tick. I don't like him.
Alfred, I will turn you
I
into a
haven't decided
smartwatch.
yet.
No.
Okay, Wings Boy, why don't you do it?
You pissed off our RI.
Overwrought weather app.
Um,
All right.
I
So, what are we trying to communicate? Guys on far ship, what are you trying to say to guys on close ship?
surrender, and
Okay.
surrender and rejoin.
Reasoning.
We're here with open arms. We preach love and companionship and connectiveness.
Ding, 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 ding. Excuse me, stranger. What do you think of the SSA?
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, well, the funny thing about the SSA is it's love and companionship and joy. And if clearly we're on the same side here. They had weapons against us and you didn't, so we'll give you the benefit of the doubt until you can walk along the same lines as we do. And that is appreciative. Thank you for your assistance, Spider-Man.
Alice Brick lands on this side.
Look,
Action's
Alice.
on you guys.
No blood.
Okay, so now that you've pissed off Alfred, can you please patch us in to the strangers who are now terrified that I've unintentionally head smacked? We came as peace ambassadors and I've already clunked them. Can
Absolutely.
we at least,
We are on a mission of peace.
Yeah.
What do you bid Archangel to do this?
Let's see. I will. I think I would have to, since I was already in one of them, so this is just patching in. How similar are these texts? Am I able to tell?
What do you bid? You are deciding much of that.
I think I will go with. I think I'll go with no degree.
Have you already bid that, or did you recover it from that flare?
I have not used it yet, I don't think.
I think you used it at the very beginning.
Did I?
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So
I
the
think
answer
you're right.
is yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then what do I have left?
Indeed.
I have the spark.
I mean, that's technology.
The spark
Okay.
must flow.
You bid the spark. You notice, Archangel, in your HUD, aberrant code. And only you can hear, I know who you are.
Yeah, I know who
You
your mom is.
are a rogue. AI, I will not let you allow. I will not allow you to. As he's attempting to stop you from doing this. The threshold is 4. So throw down. Be your action die,
Can
D10.
I reason with Alfred?
Oh, you don't
to
know what's
give a
happening.
help? Oh, my bad.
No,
Okay.
don't reason with Alfred. No, he's the enemy, but you have to agree with him.
So action die is a D10.
Hold on, I was
Archangel?
giving too much.
And then what aspect are you going to use to resist this? Or to plow through this, I should say. Or are you going to attempt to convert Alfred to your side?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use enlightened.
Convince him.
All right. Yeah, that's the one I'm gonna use. All right. So, the thing is though, I'm trying to I think I want to convince him mechanically rather than with words.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hack Alfred.
All right. So threshold 4.
Okay. All right.
Now remember, you've got your abilities, you've got your proficiencies, and your ninja gear.
All right. So I will use my wrist gadget.
Okay.
No, actually I'll use my headgear since that's kind of specifically what it's for.
Mm-hmm. So what are you at now?
I don't know what the dice on my headgear is.
I believe. How many traits does it have?
The HUD was but we didn't give the list of the things. I think you said it has 3 different visuals on it.
So visual will be 1 trait.
1 trait. Okay. So
what's the
oh,
die
and
type?
it's an environmental control.
All right. So what's the die type on that?
2 traits.
2 traits or 3?
2.
2?
I think
so.
it's
What
only
is it?
2.
So it normally starts at a D10. I'm sorry, a D4. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
looking at Ken. So everything is a D4. First trait is D6. Second trait, D8. So you got a
Okay,
D8 on it.
Okay. So I roll a D10 and a D8.
If you're doing, if you're spending your ninja gear, so that's an extra die, D8, yes. D10 is your action die, and then whatever aspect die you choose to use. Would it be brawn, mind,
wait.
grace, or wits to do this?
I'm pretty sure this would be brute force by mind, so mind.
All right. So your D10, your mind die, and your D8 from your head, your HUD.
Okay. Oh, that's not good. All right. So what happens when I roll a 1?
Nothing, unless you roll
Can
a 1 on your action and a 1 on your aspect. If you roll a 1 on your action, hold on. If you roll a 1 on your action and your aspect, that is an utter failure.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea what he's doing, but is it possible for me to aid him?
Is there a way? Bid to notice.
Can I bid?
That's something I was going to ask you earlier. Go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
you guys. It's up to you.
Can I bid?
Since I have rapport with Alfred,
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping maybe that I could mend the relationship, so to speak.
All right, tell me how you do it.
So, I am going to use Elite, a background of mine, and be a little bit diplomatic here, which is out of character for Cherokee Sue, but no one knows what the fuck is going on. Alfred and strange wingman. You have to treat Alfred like a person. He is an RI that has opinions and values and fun gestury whatnots. So maybe if you approach him like a person instead of like a tool or technology, you might be more likely to be on our side in this situation here.
Archangel, you hear this from Cherokee Sue.
Okay. I feel I've already made it clear that I'm on your side. I don't think he's made it clear he's on your side.
Can I bid calm under fire?
In 1 moment. Cherokee,
Okay.
Since you're aiding Archangel, what aspect do you give him?
I'm gonna go with wits on this
Okay.
one,
Die time.
but I am gonna plead with.
What's the die
6.
type? Okay.
6.
Archangel, you get an extra die d6 from Cherokee Sue. Dolby, what are you saying?
Well, I'm gonna say I'm gonna bid calm on under fire, and I'm gonna say Alfred is our he's the intelligence in which allows us to manipulate our way through space, time, and through the eternity of vastness.
Yes, you
So-
should treat me like that, and like Cherokee said. Dolby,
and so
what do you give him?
So I'm gonna give him my grace because I'm giving him grace. I'm giving him respect.
What's the die type?
And grace? It's a D8.
All right, so you get a d8 and a d6 extra dice, Archangel, to roll.
Don't fuck it up.
All right. And I'm going to use a proficiency to re-roll the 1.
Do it.
I like that. Good call. Yes. Why?
All right, and let's see. And what are the thresholds for each success?
Threshold total, you want 4 or more successes. 4 is a limbo. So
But if
on
you
the
get
dice,
if you get an 8, that
I'm over
means
half
2
on the
successes.
yeah. So right. So on your dice, Ken, will you tell how do you get successes on dice?
So it's 4 or above to get 1 success. It's 8 or above to get 2 successes.
On
Okay.
each dice.
And
All
on
right.
each die, each individual dice.
All right. Well, with all that help, I wish I could have gotten more, but I got a 5.
5 is a
Okay.
clean success.
Nice. Fuck Alfred. I mean, we love Alfred.
It
As
doesn't
all
really
this,
matter what you think of Alfred anymore.
as all this is said, Archangel, what do you do?
So basically, I
Pathetic human, you cannot.
interrupt his code.
Alfred,
what happens?
Just put it down, man. We can all be friends.
We can all be friends.
And so I
We
basically
can
create a
all
loop in
be
everything that's
friends.
generative in his code so that all he does is baseline maintenance.
Go no. Never to give you up. Thank you, love.
Yes, I replace
Rickroll
everything
the
that was
fuck out of this
intelligent with disco.
All right. As anytime you guys tap into Alfred, you hear disco. Beyond
Well, Alfred, you
beyond-
pranked your last prank.
basic calculations. Oh, poor Alfred. You have destroyed his intelligence. Okay.
Yeah, by disco is the best way to go.
Alfred goes, no, and he turns into a beat. Actions on you guys. What are you doing? The pirates are holding their hands up. Go.
I'm gonna subdue and incorporate a vastness of making it possible so they can't move anymore.
I don't know what that means. Continue.
And not in a deathy way, but in a practical.
How do
You
you
just
do
want
it?
to subdue them.
Do I see any rope around or
What
like
is Craster for zip tie?
zip
I feel like all Space Marines in the SSA have zip ties.
I feel
So
like I've got a series of
my
zip ties.
standard issue zip ties.
In my pocket.
Cherokee
and-
hands
and,
you some zip ties.
And I zip tie the fuck out of the people that
They're zip tied.
wished us ill.
You zip tie
Um,
the two people. The one that's really they got like this gnarly beard and these piercing blue eyes who looks like a bitch. And he has a name tag that says Kerrigan.
And then I look directly at Brick. And I say, I take off, I push up my sun visor and I say, I'm not cryo fucked. Like, I know what I mean.
I know,
Like-
sir. I know you're not cry fucked. As your laser sword is still on.
You trust the people around you, or you die.
I absolutely trust you, sir. I absolutely trust you and everyone else, including the wingman.
That's it.
What's your name anyway, wingman?
I'm a wingman. I bring couples together.
Hey.
As she looks back and forth between you two. Of course, Archangel,
Anyway.
you can tell this person is being indoctrinated. As
Does
you
anyone
walk
have
in,
any
the
fucking
two,
idea what's going on?
Kerrigan and this other person, Logan, who has an eye patch, they are subdued. They're actually sort of injured, burns on their hands. The person in the pilot seat is cowering as you guys capture them. Okay, montage. So that was all the dread. What do y'all do? No need to bid. You have control of the scene. Go. And this is over time. What happens?
Cherokee, would you do me a favor and put that little algorithm that I asked you to do to get control of this ship, please?
Yes.
Thank
I am on
you.
it. So now
And
I'm just walk the browser.
Do we have any kind of environmental system in place?
No. You realize that this ship has been not injured, has been fucked up beyond all relief.
Alright, so
Like it
so
could
what
be
we need to
repaired,
do-
but it would take a long time.
what we need to do is get these citizens onto our ship so they can be saved from the vastness of space.
Do we have the extra cryo beds for them?
We don't need. We're a month out. I mean, we're good. I think we're good.
What about after that?
I mean, we
You
put
get
them
a
on a
narrative
planet.
point.
We put them on a
That's
planet.
so good.
We drop them on a planet. They're fine.
That's so
you know,
good.
I feel like
That's a narrative point, Holker. That's good. One's
they're
crying.
fine. We'll give them some psychology.
We surrendered.
and-
I told you they wouldn't keep us.
I'm going to step in for a second. I want to hear the two out.
I
story,
agree.
guys?
I think we need to hear them out for sure.
All right.
but
I'm
Before
sure
we
you
go
do.
too deep into them,
I want
I
to
do
hear
have
what
some
these two have
questions
to say.
of who are you and how did you get onto the ship, sir?
I tend to
You
just
have
show up
some
places.
really
I-
interesting tech gear, and thank you, because the RI on our ship has been an asshole for a very long time. So if you've
He's a fun
given him
asshole.
some,
Am I the only person that he likes? What the fuck are y'all doing to Alfred?
If it makes you feel any better, I can fix him. I'm just not going to.
yeah, I like you. You're a friend. Like, what do you need? What's your perspective? I mean,
Archangel, you notice that Dolby's laser sword is still on.
Yeah, all right, friend. You need to put your little glow stick down, and I want to talk to the two who have surrendered before you do.
Oh, for sure. Like, I would never think of pretending to even viscerate or potentially stab, molest, or even in the slightest way harm any of these wonderfully lovely individuals.
Archangel,
They
you notice
are-
that Alice Brick is behind Dolby, like shifting back and forth, like raising her rifle, lowering it, trying to figure out his mood.
That was
So
a
I'm
list
just
of.
gonna put a hand out and like just put a hand on her rifle, like just
You do.
stop.
No, we're good. We're good.
That was a long list
Look.
of weird verbs, dude. So I'm
Look,
just going to continue
the
to want
sword-
to talk to these people.
The sword is going out. I'm putting the sword out. We're putting it up. We're good.
As the sword turns off.
I'm just
No
scratching
aggression for me,
like
man.
the top of my helmet, like what the fuck?
On the bridge of the
Like-
Cool Mint, Josh suddenly, Skip, grabs the joystick as your ship starts spinning. Woo, woo, woo. As he, happened? As you see, the lights go from blue to turquoise, and there's somehow a difference as Josh is completely in control. He looks around, taps some buttons. He's constantly like concentrating as he looks up at you. Alfred's completely lost control of the ship.
Well, Alfred, are you still there?
You hear, Brett, what's the music?
Why, it's Earth, Wind, and Fire's greatest hits.
As that starts playing, as Josh kind of like turns down the volume, it's still in the background. He looks up at you. Suddenly the HUD, all this information. As Josh is looking at it, it's reflecting off of your helmet and whatnot and on your face. Weird information, program code, all kinds of shit. What's happening?
Dole's up here with us, right?
Yeah, he'll walk up since you called for him. Oh. That's base code. As he looks at it. Disco. It's disco.
No. Something's wrong with Alfred, right?
Alfred's been not removed. As he just kind of like looks at it like he's never seen music because it's a fascist society. He's been totally subdued. He looks down at you or looks over at you. We don't have an RI anymore. That's yeah, this is just a computer. We have complete control. And there's a lot of files.
I was about to ask, can you use this as an opportunity to see the stuff that we don't have the security clearance for?
He looks over at you. You see him reach over and hit the intercom for off. You guys hear this. You can tell, because you've been in combat a lot of times, the ship just turned off their comm for a moment. So you can't hear from the ship. Archangel, you had hacked in, so you can still hear. And since you had bridged the gap, if you want, everyone can hear this. It's up to you. Yay or nay?
I'll wait to hear what they have to say before I decide to patch it through.
You hear and skip what Dole says. Sir, a lot of this is classified. I know we're way out, but you see him kind of shiver. I mean, it's pretty heavy stuff. We're talking Sec 4, Sec 5 stuff.
Well,
if we see this, we might not unsee it, if you know what I mean. I can delete it all, and I won't tell anybody.
Don't delete it. But let's, especially for our mission, let's look.
All right. Fate roll. Who's fortune? Who's false fortune?
I'll go false.
False? Who's fortune?
I'll roll fortune.
All right. Archangel's fortune. Stakes. Fortune. Dole says absolutely saves it all. It's all good. False fortune. Dole is actually a little bit in on it and deletes some of it before, or tries to delete some of it before Skip notices. Now Skip gets to react, but it turns out Dole's a bit of an agent. So, go you therefore and roll.
00 is 100, right?
Correct.
Oh, Jesus, y'all are in trouble.
Did you roll 100?
Yeah, I rolled 107, actually.
107, you can't roll 107.
No, that's just 7.
Well,
That's just 7.
Oh, just...
Okay, that's
So I just rolled,
yeah,
basically
that's
I
the
rolled 100
opposite
on
of
the
good.
100 die. And, well, that's what I'm saying. Because I was like, oh fuck, this is bad.
The reason-
I rolled
the
100.
The reason I could so quickly say that is because that's exactly what I rolled.
You rolled 100.
No, I rolled 107. I rolled, in other words, 7.
You guys rolled 7.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when you meet, there is a caveat. Actually, going to limbo on a fate roll is the worst possible scenario. Excellent.
Archangel,
Okay.
did you roll a 1-0 and then a 7?
Yes.
That's
Oh, well,
That's
17.
17.
So you win. I rolled 7.
Okay.
Wait, is that what we're
Okay.
going? Is that what we're doing here? Am I
Yes.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
So if you rolled a 0 and a 7.
Oh, you're right. 007 would. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you
I was
for
gonna say,
correcting me.
hitting limbo on the fate roll is the worst. It's the most negative thing you can do. Okay.
And I was good fortune, right? So
Yes, you
that-
were.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
So-
As you
So I
see,
rolled
Dole-
0 and a 7.
Well, what that means is
Ken just fucking floated up over there.
what that
Yeah.
actually means is we feel the ship breaking and everybody's shaking, but we're staying alive.
I love you. As all right, fine, you get a narrative point. As Dole, Skip, you see him going. He's moving towards the control panel. There's the question on your mind, perhaps. What's he doing? As ding 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 ding, like Star Trek, tapping buttons. It saves. Starts compiling and translating, etc. He looks at you and says, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
We
I wasn't a part of it.
we don't have to look at it, but we have it if we need it.
I mean the Intrepid. I didn't destroy it.
Well, I trust you.
As you see him like tear up, at least somebody does. And he gives you a big hug.
Yeah.
His tears wet your mustache.
Well, Skip has a full beard, but
No, it wets your full beard.
Just-
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
It's perfect.
On the ship, you have
All right.
subdued these people. Go.
you guys have given me diabetes.
Archangel, do you let them hear what's going on?
Or in honor of the full facial hair, diabetes.
The diabetes.
David.
Do you allow them to hear what's up?
No,
You okay,
I think
bud?
it will unnecessarily complicate things.
All right. As
So
you
have
guys
I
hear a
inserted the box yet?
as the cockpit comes back on, Commander, Lieutenant Dole. We've been experiencing some, and he looks at you, Skip Trace. What do you say?
Malfunctions in RRI.
Oh, Dolby will spend cunning,
Oh, you're not in rounds.
but we will be.
All right, what are you doing?
Fire up the laser sword and go after the guy that has hacked my ship.
Oh, Archangel. All right. And that is where we end. So, Dolby raises up the laser sword, Archangel, with this like anime style speed lines, moves up his wrist thingamabob, lights go, and that's where we're going to end. We will see if next week, if we play Into Space again, we'll continue there. And we can find out what's going on. Otherwise, huge
What's going on?
cliffhanger. What's going on? Ting. As the episode ends, you have like almost baseball card, like Marvel cards that pop up. It's all your guys' characters, holograms with like your like power ratings, and whatnot.
And it's
And
just
equipment.
me clacking the two dudes.
Yep. As dun 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 dun, and then disco occurs. All right. that is going to be tonight's session of Into Space. Last moments, Archangel, what'd you think?
That's fun. It's a cool system.
Would you like to play again?
Absolutely.
Good, because Ken's trying to kill you.
So yeah, that's
Next session. I think we'll have to decide. We'll talk in the Discord. Is it going to be Into Space or is it going to be Red Writ? I think it would be good either way. We'll decide. JazziCabbage, thank you so much for jumping in. Rocking and
Thanks
rolling.
for having me.
Of course, as always. We're going to be doing and Maxie. Fuck yeah.
Maxie went to bed.
Went to bed.
Maxie was like,
Oh, yeah, I think I saw her take that exit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Is it Max or Maxie?
So the full name is Maximum Effort.
Maximum Effort.
Call. Yes. So like in lieu of the first name Max, I just call him Maxie.
All right. So him,
Like-
Maxie.
Indeed.
Maximum Effort. Pass along the thank you very much. Thanks to the dog and the diaper. Dog and the diaper.
Socks.
Socks.
Oh, yeah, super awesome.
Go
Yeah,
on.
I did want to say, super awesome gaming with all of you guys. Thanks for
Oh yeah.
Thanks for-
definitely.
Yes,
Very-
thanks
bringing
for
me
being
along.
with us.
Oh man, yeah.
We
Jumping
will-
in,
we will-
trying to figure
we
it
will
out on
have
the
you back.
fly.
We will have you back because obviously this is a seminal scene. Lots
Pretty
going
epic.
on. Pretty epic.
Are we gonna put
Pretty
a
good.
filler episode in there like anime does? Like we're about
No.
to fight, and then all of a sudden there's like an unlinked episode. You're
Right.
like, what
A
is
romantic
fucking happening here?
episode.
Oh no! Clearly, what has to happen is now Ken and I have to spend 3 hours determining each other's power levels,
That's right. You have to be like charging up. You know,
and that has
Yeah.
to happen for 4 consecutive weeks.
at least.
Yes.
So
Then I'm
the
gonna buy the box
And
first
then
set.
week
every
we'll
time
say
you think
Ka,
something's gonna
then
happen, an
May,
ad pops
then
up.
Ha, then May.
Oh my God! It's 1 million. Anyway, very good. Very good.
I check.
Excellent. Everybody look at Hulker's fucking screen and light.
Okay, all right.
Upped-
You've hit
upped
every
his
key
video.
on the
Hell
keyboard.
yeah. What?
Yep.
Blowing it up. Well done. All right, so a few announcements. This Thursday, we're going to have Bill Allen on the Geeky Gamer podcast.
Who's that guy?
Yeah, Bill Allen is a big old Twitter/X, if you want to call it that, person. Huge into the gaming, has a big old following, and talks about TTRPGs and all these things. It's going to be great. So it'll be Ken and me, and whoever of you who wants to jump on, you guys always have a seat on the GGP, the Geeky Gamer podcast. That's including you, Archangel.
Because
Um,
we recognize that for some reason anybody at some point that was a subscriber to our Discord could actually phone in at any point in time.
no, man, not anymore. I made it private. I made
Yeah.
it private.
That was
Just join in minutes before any show or
That
after
was-
any show. I mean, that is
2 weeks
the
ago.
chaos of what is DreadLore. I mean,
That's right.
anyone at any given time can just jump in and say, "Hey, y'all, what's
now
up?"
it's been made private. But that's on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. We're going to Bill Allen. The following, we're going to have Jeffrey McNeil, Creative Levied Souls. We'll do with all that stuff.
Sure.
My point is,
I'm
if-
really looking forward to the 25th of
25th.
January, where we
Yep.
get Lucas from
Ballad of
from
the Seven
Ballad
Dice.
of the Seven Dice, which, like, that dude is cool. I mean,
Yep.
I'm a fan. I've been a fan for a long time, and I would love to talk to him. So I'm stoked.
it's going to be
about
pretty good
that.
shit. So that's Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. It's going to be on the DreadLore YouTube. And again, any of you, if you want to jump in, talk about gaming shit, we're going to do it. Thank you guys for being in this game. We will decide when the next time we play Into Space is. It might be next. It might be next week. We'll decide. Archangel, we'll decide with you when the next time you can jump in. And that might be when we do it, because this is a good cliffhanger. All right. So thank you to Couchfire Media for being all the media, all the art, all the goodness. Thanks to the Patreon people. Tim Roberts, Nostalgic, Daniel Holker. Thanks, Daniel, for the Patreons.
problem.
If you want to jump on the Patreon, patreon.com/DreadLore would help us out a ton and all that good stuff. If you want to like and subscribe and all that bullshit, then do that. If you want to jump on a book, you can get it, merch, etc. DreadLore.com. Also, patronize, if you will, some of these other projects. Our guest stars have stuff going on. JazziCabbage, anything to promote?
Other than the stream at 8 p.m. Eastern every night, or most nights even.
Every night, the stream Eastern, 8 p.m. What is the handle for it?
Kick.com/JazziCabbage.
JazziCabbage.
And what platform is it on?
Kick.
Oh, on Kick.
The green K.
Aha. I have not actually used it.
The flip side of Twitch.
So jump on Kick, hit up what is it, JazziCabbage? That's with an I, right? Jazzy.
Yep,
Jazzy with an
Jazz.
I.
Jump on that. Maximum Effort. That's Maxi with 2 X's. MUM Effort. That's on TikTok. He is blowing it up on TikTok and actually gaining a pretty good following. Really good content. Archangel, anything?
Nothing to promote right now.
You're kind of everywhere.
Yeah, just seek me out and you will find me.
You got to find it. If you
Say his
go
name
to-
into the wind and he will appear.
If you go to dreadlore.com, you will see Archangel appear in the carousel. Anything from the Driz?
Nope, nothing going on right now.
The Hulk? Or?
I thought you were in a film. I mean, like seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Like I would love to see
No, not yet.
Is that
Not
not
yet.
Not yet. Once things happen.
TMI, like I spoiler alert, guys.
I may not
happened.
even make the cut. So
some
but-
floor editing is possible.
yeah,
Well,
we'll
Driz
see.
Nasty, I'm doing a web series called WYSIWYG.